Right. Okay. What's up, everybody? I just wanted to touch on what's been going viral, which is that of a popular blogger. Now, I didn't really know too much about him. In the early days of YouTube, we're talking about like 10, 15 years ago, there was a blogger by the name of Perez Hilton. He would cover commentary on celebrities, Hollywood, strictly celebrities, Hollywood only. And I thought he was always crazy, low-key, well, not low-key, high-key abusive. He would berate and troll celebrities. He was like a troll, but I was not really too keen on celebrity news, so I didn't really watch him. But from what everybody who knows him to be, Perez Hilton came up with his content on celebrity blogging, and he was known as a troll. And he has said a lot of crazy things, a lot of, particularly like Britney Spears, when they were going through their breakdown, she had her breakdown, and he would blog about a lot of things. Now, the thing with bloggers or celebrity bloggers, a lot of things that they say is very influential. So you're going to have people, they put out news or tidbits about something. They can shape, well, just like journalism, they can shape an opinion about a celebrity. And sometimes celebrities will keep some of these bloggers close to them because they always put out good things about them. Or if they want to increase their relevance, they'll have their blogger friends put out whatever pieces that they ask them to put out, news, what they're doing, what they have going on about them. So that's what goes on in the blogger industry. Well, the chickens came home to roost when he was on live on TikTok and he started harming himself, and it was very distressing for a lot of people, and people were just very disturbed. My question is, why did you go on live? And I guess that's probably when his breakdown happened. Or did you go live and all of a sudden he had a breakdown? My thing is, if that's where he chose to do whatever he did, it's incredibly selfish. And TikTok, being how strict it is, I'm surprised, according to other people, because I did not go watch that. According to other people, the disturbing live stayed up for like a whole day. But if you say the wrong word or you say something wrong, your live is cut down and cut short. So a lot of people were disturbed by that. Anyway, they rushed him to the hospital because someone called the police when they saw he was acting weird on live, and they took him. And the thing is, a lot of these bloggers don't understand that whatever you put out, it comes back. So he had put out that he was a troll, bully, girlish type, and that was the kind of thing that he put out throughout all his years on social media. And he came up, he got rich, he got close to Hollywood celebrities, and I don't know why they befriend somebody like him. And then I don't know what happened, they would turn on him or whatever, but they would get close to him at one point. And I feel like you put out so much negativity out there and it comes back. My thing is, when they put out all this negativity, when you watch them, you keep it positive on this channel, but when you watch some of these bloggers here that put out this kind of negativity, trolling, or they drag somebody, those kinds of things, that kind of goes into your spirit. And there's so many poisons that he poured into so many people's spirit. That came back on him to the form of a breakdown where he was lost. He went to some type of psychotic situation, and they had to take him to the hospital because of what he was doing on live and harming himself. And not only did that, he distressed. And the thing is, whatever his distress was that led him to that breakdown at that particular point, he has children. When you are going off like that and you are showing instability and stuff like that, that's when they're going to take your kids. That's when they're going to take your kids. And he's somebody, besides that other persona, but he was very protective of his children. He's got several of them. And he lives in the state of Florida. And in that state of Florida, you can be involuntarily committed if they feel that you're no longer able to handle yourself, in other words. So, and maybe something behind the scenes, maybe they asked him to do something and he probably just flipped out, or whatever the situation is that caused him to descend into the depths of darkness. Now they're going to really have a reason to take your kids because you had to be in psych because of the things you're doing on live. So it's like a lot of these people, they end up, it's like Wendy Williams. For years, she was a radio DJ And then she ended up climbing up the ladder until she was now able to have her show. And her show was very successful, but she also did a lot of things too. I know a lot of people love the Wendy show, but she also did a lot of crazy stuff. Sometimes she'll put out business there, put out things about people that maybe they didn't want out. And that would hurt a lot of people. Or she would say things that would hurt a lot of people. And she'd put out different things. A lot of people were aggravated with Wendy Williams because it's either she put out something that they didn't want or that was less favorable or made them look crazy. I know she had a tiff with Whitney Houston, that infamous interview that she had. And she would just do a bunch of other stuff. And it just became to the point where, oh my God. And look at what happened. Her marriage ended, the things that her ex-husband did, all this kind of stuff. And then she ended up having to be put in a conservatorship. She was sick. It looks like she's climbing out of it and doing better, but it's like that dark spot, a lot of them put things out there and it comes back with so much negativity on them. So a lot of times we enjoy the gossip, we enjoy the craziness and the stuff they say, and it's not lavish, it's the insane things that they say, and people, they don't care how it hurts other people, right? Because it's all about going viral and getting that free story out and all this stuff. But then their own lives, it come back and it's just taking a hit. But anyways, that was crazy. I know a lot of people were curious don't show any curiosity about these people and what happened to them. I know we all know what happened to this guy, but to find the live, it looks like they took it down on YouTube. TikTok banned it. That's all you need to know. But it's so important to be careful about what you put into your spirit, because a lot of these people, they get it back real bad. I feel like Perez Hilton got it bad, and it seemed like he wanted to outshine Paris Hilton, which is why he gave his moniker Perez Hilton. That's not his government name. So he's trying to superimpose and be like Paris Hilton, but then it's like whatever you search for, his name is going to come up because it's so similar. And then he's almost trying to put himself into the world of celebrity and then be able to he was just a reckless person in terms of, and that's what people remember. And it looks like that's kind of what ended up coming back. So you really have to be careful.